Hello, my name is J.C. Thomas. I'm working on an Ovation guitar for a friend of mine, and I wasn't playing very well. The first thing I did was take the strings off. So now I guess you can't really tell how it fretted, but it was the strings were really high. And what I noticed after I took the strings off was I take a straight edge like this and see that there's lots of room under this 12th through 15th fret. So I took a closer look at the neck. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but you see from where my finger that where the neck actually bolts to the body on this particular model has a bend. I don't know if, let's see, get you a view. Well, what it is, it's an adjustment that you can't do with a truss rod. So, well, what I've done is I've taken the back cover off, of course, and inside there's a bolt. I don't know if you can see, let's see. There's a bolt up in there that holds the neck on. And I've just loosened it temporarily. You can see that there is movement here. Although this could be a painstaking thing to do to try to correct this, it's the only way I see to do it and do it right. So hopefully we can take this thing apart without destroying any of the finish and get this neck set to where it needs to be. Okay, hello once again. What I've done, I don't know if it's typical way to do this, but I took a X-Acto, scored around the edges right here on this finish, just in case when I loosen this bolt up more, if anything does happen here, it more than likely will help protect this finish. And there will, if there's any separation, it will not pull the clear coat from the body, hopefully. That's what we're going to attempt anyway. And then I'm going to loosen this up again a little more and see just exactly what goes on here. Because just tightening the bolt as it is is not going to affect the way this neck is set. It's just not going to fix it. So I'm going to try to loosen it up a little bit more and see if we can get any movement down through here. If possible, what will have to happen is the neck will be removed, and any glue or anything debris or anything that's been down in here will be able to set flat, and possibly even something in here that's keeping this thing from setting the way it should. Now, whether or not it's just something from over the years or just being set for a while, I'm not sure what it is, but the thing is, the neck has to be straight all the way down. And if you get to the 14th, 15th fret, there's a bend at the body, then you're just, you're just making adjustments that aren't going to last, and it's not going to be a quality guitar it should be. So we're going to try to do it right, see how things go. I'll get back with you again in a minute. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to reach in here, socket 7/16. This particular model has one bolt and then the truss rod adjustment right below it. I'm going to try to release some more pressure on the bolt and see what happens here on the body and go from there. I loosened it quite a bit. Let me reach up here and just feel this. Okay, there's quite a bit of separation between the bolt head and the body. Try to pick this thing up again. Maybe you can watch me destroy a guitar on video. Okay, no more movement than what I had earlier. So I'm trying to determine whether to loosen it more. Not very familiar with this. It has to be glued on, and the ideal way to remove it is beyond me. Although we do have a little bit of separation going on now. Just very easily take something here. Hope that's not binding or anything. Separation. No, looks like it could possibly be that. Okay, it looks like it's going to separate pretty good down here and up here. Alright, that's what we wanted. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove the bolt completely. Should be able to take this neck off. Just see what we got now and try to figure out why this thing maybe is not setting down the way it should. Yeah, the neck, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but the neck still has a slight bend where it bolts to the body. So I don't know how we're going to try to get this to really seat back in there the way it should. There is some glue piled up here, and that could possibly be that this thing was just not set from the factory the way it should have been, because it's not a very old guitar, fairly new, and the neck does seem to want to straighten out relatively easy. So I guess my next thing is to try to see if I can get this thing cleaned up and take it from there and try to get this thing bolted on its body correctly where everything's lined up. And that's my next gig. Okay, so now that that part's done, I don't know if you can see this glue here, just built up right here where this thing goes into the body. It's obviously wasn't setting down when it was put together flush with this body here, and there's glue built up here too. So I think what I should do is remove this glue and see if there's anything down in here obstructing it, dry fit it, and see what happens. So in order to do that, it's going to take some time. I'll have to grab some different sanding tools and maybe a couple other little things, odds and ends. But I'll get back to you as soon as I get this thing ready to dry fit.